Well, really excited about the win today. I thought the guys played extremely well. I was really impressed with our offense and defensive lines controlling the line of scrimmage, which ultimately controlled the game, and that was something that we felt we had to do. I have a lot of respect for Cal Poly, their coaching staff, their team. That's a good football team that's going to win some games. We were really clicking on all cylinders today and played really well in all phases, and I was pleased with some of the younger guys, pleased with some things on special teams. Obviously, it's just one game, and we're going to build and grow from the game. But I thought throughout fall camp, I could see us getting better and better. And we have a long ways to go, but we played a relatively clean football game, which is not always the case in the first game. So it's a good win. Unfortunately, we have a bye week now. But we'll take that bye week and get back to more conventional football, which is difficult when you're spending 2 weeks on option stuff. It'll give us a chance to get back to conventional football, and then we start a week of 10 in a row. So open up for questions.
Chris, can you describe Lance's game? First time playing in the Dome since he hurt himself and looked like it was the Lance Dunn of last year.
Yeah, he has looked that way all through fall camp. He's really explosive. He's really fast. He's got great quickness. He sees things well, and I'm really pleased with all the running backs.
You guys make it through this game clean injury-wise?
Yeah, the only one that came out was Colin Connor, and it was an ankle, but I don't know if he could have gone back in, but we held him back out.
How important, Chris, was it, not to go all Big Sky? I mean, Big Sky scores points.
Well, that's a really good offense, and especially when you throw pro throw into it. I think that kid's a terrific football player, and so our goal was to try to force them to go through all three elements of the option phase and make them pitch the ball. And I think early on in the game, some false starts really helped us. Our crowd was really into it, and we were able to keep pro throw down and not give him a big play. And I'm really impressed with our quarterback. I don't know what happened to him, but he's a good thrower. He's a good runner, and for us to hold those guys to 3 points, I thought was pretty good.
Describe your offensive line. I think you knew how athletic they were going to be coming in, but is this as good as you've seen since you took over as head coach?
Well, we have, yes, it is right now. We have some depth. Cordell Volson, I think, showed up, played some really good football, and Luke Bacon's playing better, and you get Dylan Radens back, and Tanner, I think, is an All-American center, and Zach, and we have more bodies in there, and I think we end up playing everybody, but ultimately we were trying to get a 7 or 8 man rotation, and thought we could own the line of scrimmage. I knew that they had some younger players in there that would play hard, but I was hoping that we could maybe wear them down and hit some creases, and then our backs just ran so dang hard.
Only 2 penalties in the first game of the season. What's that say about these guys?
Well, it's something that we talk about as an experienced football team. You hope you eliminate some of those pre-snap errors. That was the biggest thing. If we had had a holding or something like that, I know we had a pass interference. Those are common things that are going to happen. I wanted to try to prevent the false starts and the offsides and things, and so I think that's a sign of a really mature team that with a lot of experience.
Is it difficult, especially with the bye week coming? You have so much success running up by so many points. Is it hard not to try to look something in the pass game?
Well, we were actually trying to do that without. They were starting to bring more pressure, and we just didn't want to have Easton take any of those hits. And there were some things we wanted to do in the passing game, but I was glad that Mess kind of toned it back and let's just run the football and end up getting out of here, simply because we have 2 weeks to prepare, and we're going to get really good work against our own defense. But obviously we would have liked to have done a few more things in the pass game, but when we're rushing the ball that well, let's keep the clock rolling.
Kind of more of the same from Bruce. You had a run there where you broke 2 tackles, spun out of a tackle, tiptoed, and then hurdled somebody, which is that's a pretty talented back, but he's playing really well. He's seeing the holes extremely well. He's hard to arm tackle. He's just not going to bring the kid down. And you have those guys that are all 210 pounds plus with Bruce and Lance and even Adam that give you that element of we're not just going to run around you. We can run through you. And I think they complement each other really well. And once again, we can't have enough of those guys. We're going to keep rotating those guys, keep them fresh. All of them are on special teams of some sort, and so really pleased with how our backs ran.
Sproles, Kaiser played. Anybody else?
Those 2 for sure played off the top of my head. I thought we had another one, but I don't remember. But
Game or
Sproles should play all year. I hope Kaiser will. We're still learning. Obviously, these guys are. The big difference, Jeff, is usually we had 29 practices. We basically had 25 practices. Plus, we had so much option stuff that we probably didn't get enough opportunities to work some of those young guys. That's going to be the focus the next probably week to 10 days is get some of these younger guys caught up and up to speed so that we can use those guys. Those are the two guys that jumped out at us the most during fall camp that we think from maturity level as well as the physicality level can probably help us throughout the season.
Stump was the other one.
Did he? Okay.
I wanted to ask about Jackson Hankey, a guy that you have been keeping your eye on at linebacker, had a pretty good second half. What have you seen through fall camp to say get him more reps on the field?
Well, he was banged up through most of fall camp. He had a hip injury, and he finally was able to get healthy enough to give us a great look this week in practice so we could use him. If not, we maybe would have played him more and rotated Dan and Levi. But he's a really sharp guy. Understands our concepts really well, understood this option stuff well, and I was excited because I think he's a guy that can spell Dan in there some. You know, Dan's coming off an ACL, and I thought Dan played great football, but we need to try to find ways to get those guys off the field for 10 or 15 snaps, and Jackson's close. I mean, now we'll get back to conventional football, and I think Jackson will really be helping us throughout the season.
Wilson, Chris?
Hamstring. We'll hope to have him back this week at practice. He and Christian Watson were the two kids we really held out. Christian was an ankle. He'll be back this week. Seth was a ham. He'll be back this week. Darius was about 80% with a little bit of a groin. That I think he'll be back in another week. I mean, Darius wasn't his normal self, but he will be in a week.
Desmond?
He was serving a 1-game suspension. He's had a great fall camp. He'll be back rolling with us this week.
A little nervous to you?
Rightfully so, if he were. I mean, it's a pretty big stage, but I was glad we were able to get him some snaps, and I think he settled in, and he'll learn from it just like all the other young guys do. But it was a good opportunity for him to get probably 20, 25 plays.
What about kind of, trying to analyze some of these young receivers when you don't have to pass? Is that kind of tough? Like
It's difficult, no question. It's difficult, and we'll have to continue to progress those guys through our practice next couple weeks and try to get them going against the better corners we have. But that's a challenge. But in the same respect, we had the game in hand, and I didn't want to. And we were up 49-3. I don't want to throw it. I have too much respect for Cal Poly.
How important is it to get Holden out there in these types of games where you can give him a quarter and a half?
It's great. And, I don't know how often that's going to happen, but it was able to happen this week. And he's, all the snaps he's had in the spring and with our double reps in fall camp, he's improving on a daily basis. It's an in-house deal.
Chris, how many times have you been part of a power outage or a delay in a football game, and how do you think your team responded?
I've been a part of a lightning or outside weather deal, but never inside. So it was, I don't know how long it was, maybe 15, 20 minutes, but it is what it is, and you have to handle the adversity and attack the adversity. And I thought our guys did a nice job of that.
Greg, watching your offense go up and down the field, how important was it to keep Cal Poly from doing the same?
I mean, it's always important, the triple option, that you keep them out of rhythm and you don't let them get in their groove. And if they can't really get in that rhythm, they get behind the sticks and they have to throw the ball, which they're not really used to. So that was really a big key to the game for us.
Greg, how did you feel?
Felt great. Felt like I used to before it happened.
To give you a little bit of peace of mind, you finally got some game action and felt good?
Yeah, it felt really good to just get the first game out of the way and kind of just know you can trust it now.
Kind of, I guess, almost like a double senior season. You thought last year. That game, what was kind of the emotion for you today? Kind of starting the second senior season.
I mean, this is kind of just one of the best days of my life, to be honest. Just being able to be out here with the guys again and playing with them, it just means everything to me.
Dan, kind of the same question. The last time you were on this field, you were helped off. What did it feel to be back out there today?
It feels great, and anytime I can play without having to worry about my knee is awesome. And like Greg said, just being out here with my brothers is one of the greatest feelings that you can have when you play football.
Greg and Dan, how excited are you to get back to kind of facing a conventional offense in 2 weeks?
Yes, I'm really excited.
Yeah, me as well. Triple option is never really fun to play against. Kind of have to change the entire way you play. So it'll be really fun to cut it loose next week or whenever the next game is.
Bruce, this feel a lot like the last time you guys played in the Dome, especially for yourself. You got to run them wild like you did against Sam Houston today.
Each time is different, you know. It's a special time. I always cherish these moments. Is like they said, you know, for them coming off injuries, and just for us, we've been grinding year long, you know, since we stepped off the plane from Frisco, coming back. You know, we stay grinding, so it just feels good to put some helmets on and just fly around and hit somebody else besides each other. So, it felt special.
Bruce, what about the offense? Just got the ground game going today. Why do you think you guys were hitting so well?
The Rams. Them boys was itching to, you know, push some people around besides our own defense. So I just felt like they had a special fire in their tank today, and they were just displacing guys, get them out the way, and the running backs, we just made it happen from there.
Describe the big 86-yard touchdown run. I know that they either touched him, maybe one guy got his hand on him.
It's all about patience. You know when to take off, and, you know, trust the blocking and when to just lower your shoulder. So it's just evolving my game and being more patient and trusting the line more.
Dan, what did the players do when the lights went out? What did you?
Tried to stay warm. That's about it. And, you know, talk about the game plan maybe a little bit, and mostly stay warm.
How long have you been looking forward to this day? I asked Greg that earlier this week. How long have you been waiting to get back out here and thinking about today?
I mean, since the day I got hurt. I mean, you think about it almost every day. It's just surreal. It feels great, just being back out there and playing.
Craig and Dan, the guys behind you, seem to really have a lot of fun when the game was in hand and you guys came out. How much fun is it to watch the 2s and 3s get in there and mix it up and get excited?
Oh, that's incredible, especially with a fourth down turnover like that. I mean, Spencer Wagey with a sack gets excited. Anytime anyone can get excited about a sack, it's awesome.
Yeah, it's just great seeing those guys because sometimes they don't get the most reps in practice, or they do get a lot of reps in practice, but sometimes they don't see a lot of game time. And just seeing them able to show the coaches what they can do and just have fun is really amazing.
So Greg, you said it's so hard, or like playing as a triple option. And what do you think you guys did though to keep them in check? It's not the funnest thing to do.
Yeah, I think it all comes down to discipline and kind of understanding that some plays are yours to make and some plays aren't, and that guys are going to come through and make their play when it's their turn. You're going to make the play when it's your turn.
Bruce, you had a run today where you spun, you hurdled a guy, you tiptoed for a while. Is that all part of the repertoire? It has been actually.
It's about playing fast, you know, instinct. I kind of just didn't want to go down, you know, fight for extra yards and just keep chugging away, keep the legs spinning.
How much bigger are you now than when you first came here?
I got fat at first, then I lost a little weight. You can tell from my past profile pictures, my cheeks got a little chubby, but I'm probably 8 pounds stronger than I was freshman year.
You always break tackles the way you. You're hard to bring down. Right? Guys are going to take you down.
Yeah, like I said, you just fight for those yards. You come to the sideline, you let one person tackle you. It's just not good enough. You know, you got to lower your shoulder, make them pay for it. You know, I like to think about it. If they're in your way, either go around them or just make sure next time they don't want to stand in that hole with you. So.
Bruce, I know it's game one, but do you guys feel you set a tone, or is there anything you can take overall from coming out and playing a relatively clean game in game one?
I felt like there was a lot left on the field. It wasn't a perfect game. We always strive for a perfect game. So for our room, the machines, you know, I think we can go back to the drawing board and critique a few things and keep chugging away at the game plan. And it felt good, you know, just get out here because we've been practicing for a long time and, you know, not really going live, you know, try to keep each other healthy. So just to cut it loose on a different team felt amazing for us.
How much fun it is to cut it loose? Does it kind of stink that you guys now have a bye week?
It feels like fall camp again, kind of, with a bye week. But, you know, we just got to stay locked into the game plan and be disciplined, and which we're all good at. So I don't think it's going to intimidate us at all.